Welcome back, my students, to another episode of Comic Class. And today, guys, we'll be taking a look at Gideon Falls' conclusion. And yeah, so Gideon Falls has been one of my favorite comics in the last 3 years. I got into the series last year while it was still going pretty strong and heading towards its conclusion. And this year, it finally finished. Now I think the conclusion came out maybe like 6 days ago, 5 days ago. I totally had forgotten that it was coming out, so that's why I hadn't made the video until now. But yeah, I read the issue today, and I want to give my thoughts about it. So this video isn't going to be very, how would I say this? It's not going to have a lot of images that are going with what I'm saying, because I kind of want to just talk about the way Gideon Falls ended, the final issue, and if I think that it delivered or not. So without further ado, let's jump into this. So Gideon Falls was a story about Danny slash Norton St. Clair and also Pastor Wilfred slash Fred and their journey basically with this evil entity, this demon from the Black Barn that seemed to originate from the Black Barn. At least that's what it seemed like in the very beginning of the series. And yeah, we had a lot of great side characters during this journey, such as Clara, and also, Norton's dad as well, Norton Claire's dad. We also got to see characters like Angela as well, which is Norton's psychiatrist. And yeah, now I do refer to him as Norton, even though his real name is Danny. So when we were first introduced to him, his name was Norton St. Clair, and it kind of like just stuck. Angela calls him that as well. Never really calling him Danny. It's just, it can get a little confusing, but yeah, they're the same character basically. And yeah, so basically, the end of Gideon Falls is basically the collapse of the multiverse of Gideon Falls, and basically trying to go into the center of everything. At the very end of the story, Danny basically, sacrifices himself, at least it seems that way, but he goes to the center of everything and basically finds a way to time travel back to the beginning when the original Norton basically was about to start everything, trying to put everything into, order. And Norton basically, is about to do this, so Danny kills him to basically stop this from happening. So, Danny, as well as his father, his sister, Pastor Wilfred, and Angela basically see the destruction by, Danny's father basically destroys the machine that causes all of this to happen, basically rewriting the timeline and basically making one timeline, I'm guessing. It's not very clear, and the story ends with everyone just living their lives peacefully and not remembering what happened with the Black Barn and the demon and all that, the Laughing Man. And yeah, that's the end of the series. Now, out of all the panels, I really enjoyed the panel with Danny looking up into the sky. Very fantastic panel. And yeah, overall the series ended with a cliffhanger with Danny basically seeing a piece of the Black Barn in his hand, and Laughing Man basically smiling with Danny's face, I guess, like a fusion of the two. It was like a really, how would say it, made you feel uneasy, this type of cliffhanger, an uneasy cliffhanger. And I wasn't really a fan of that, to be honest with you. I was really hoping that the series would have just tied up nicely. But like a lot of people I've seen the reviews on this have said that, Gideon Falls was a story that was very mysterious, had a lot of mystery and questions. So it made sense that the series would end with a question as well, because that was the theme of the story. So even though I'm not a fan of that type of storytelling, I will give respect that I at least respect that Jeff Lemire finished the story on his terms, and the story ran the length that it was supposed to. And overall, it was just a good run. I enjoy Gideon Falls. It's a great story. A story that I'm hoping comes back pretty soon is Deadly Class, another Image title that has been on hiatus for at least 6 or 7 months, and I'm hoping that it won't be 8 or more, and that we'll get Deadly Class back soon. But yeah, so Gideon Falls was kind of holding me, holding me over basically while Deadly Class is on hiatus. Now it's just finished, so it's like, I hope that Deadly Class comes back. Recommender basically comes back with full swing. I definitely need a series to fill this void. But yeah, the Gideon Falls overall as a series, though, the ending I would give it probably like an 8 out of 10. Just because my preferences, I don't enjoy series that end in a way where they stop questions. but that's a personal preference, and I won't say that. If you have a different opinion on that, you thought the ending was great, more power to you. I wish I was like that, but me personally, that's not my preference, and that's why I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10 or a 7 out of 10, one of those. But overall, as a series, Gideon Falls is fantastic. And if you're watching this, I hope you go back and reread the series, because now that it's finally concluded, we're able to look at it in retrospect. And yeah, overall, it was a great story. All the characters are really memorable, and they had good personalities. And Norton as the main character / Danny was fantastic. He didn't overstay his welcome. And I really think he's one of the better Image main characters that have came out in the last 10 years, at least by what I've read. Which isn't a lot, but I mean, he just really stands out to me. His personality and how he handles himself, and overall his role in the story. But that's gonna be all, guys. Gideon Falls, it was fantastic. I really enjoyed the story. Can't believe it's over. It was pretty sad, even though I don't agree with the ending. I'm still sad that it ended, because it was a story that I did look forward to reading every month once I got caught up. And I just remember getting into the story, the first few issues, and just, loving it. It just became more and more great as I read on, and that's one thing that Image Comics really does well, is they really know how to handle their series and the pacing. And just hats off to Jeff Lemire and Andrea Sorrentino, I think was the name, or something like that, or Sorrento, as well as Dave Stewart, who did the coloring, and also the letterist as well. I don't remember his name, but everyone involved in Gideon Falls, just applaud them. They did a good job. They made a great work of art. I would say that it's near a masterpiece. It's very well done. And I will be making more videos in the future, Gideon Falls, because it's definitely a story that I need to talk about in more detail. But I don't want to do it in this video. I want this just be talking about the ending and my thoughts, and just getting people to go check out the series, because it definitely deserves a reread. If you have been following it, go and reread it. It's fantastic. That's gonna be all for today's video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It's just a quick video talking about my thoughts. And yeah, if you're new to the channel, it's your first video watching mine, I cover trade paperback reviews / volume reviews of comic book series. Right now, I'm covering The Amazing Spider-Man by Ned Spencer, and also the JLA Grant Morrison run. I'll leave a link at the end of this video to go check out those, the playlist at the end. Go check out those videos, because they're just fantastic series. I do recommend you check those out if you haven't already either. So next time, guys, God bless you, and remember, guys, next lesson, keep on reading.
I am who I'm meant to be. I am who I'm meant to be. Over and out again. My future needed clarity, so I could see how you